Ah, Thanksgiving, a time for family, a time for togetherness, and a time for... It only comes once a year, but man, is Thanksgiving a great holiday. And the best part of Thanksgiving by far isn't the turkey or the family, but all of the cartoon specials that come out. Duh. No, cut out the duh, that was stupid. Hey guys, I'm RetroNemo, and today we're counting down 5 great Thanksgiving specials, in no particular order. A disclaimer, these shows can be both new and old as long as they're great, and if there's a special that you like that isn't on here, then well, there's always next year. So without further ado, let's get started. When I was a kid, I loved Thanksgiving. Not because of the food or the family, but because that was the one time a year my dad slightly racist cousin would fly in on his personal airplane, land on our front lawn, and teach us all a lesson in being a family. Also, my aunts are literally aliens. So maybe that's why I like the Steven Universe Thanksgiving special so much. Gem Harvest. I mean, first of all, it was great that Steven Universe did a Thanksgiving special at all. Animated Thanksgiving specials generally are hard to come by. It's like the least popular holiday in the cartoon world for some reason. Most shows jump for some campy Christmas special or stupid, predictable Halloween special, but Steven Universe doesn't play by the rules. Instead, they opted for a 22-minute Thanksgiving special that not only tells a heartwarming story about family, but also manages to be completely hilarious. Any episode with all the characters together in one place is just amazing on its own, purely because of all of the hilarious character dynamics that the show has built up over the episodes. So the episode centers on Steven discovering that he has a long-lost first cousin once removed, though he just calls him Uncle, named Andy. He finds out literally because Andy flies out of the sky and lands by the barn. Talk about introduction. I mean, he kind of just falls out of the sky. Pretty lazy writing. Turns out Uncle Andy owns the barn, and they used to meet up there for Thanksgiving. To convince Andy to continue to let them use the barn, they throw their own Thanksgiving special to show him that they're a family too. But the Gems are aliens, and they're unfamiliar with Earth's ways, so they end up just combining all of Earth's holiday traditions. They have like a wedding cake and birthday stuff. It's really funny. Dinner goes well, but then Andy feels left out, so he flies away. Luckily, Steven's a magic little shit, and he flies up to smooth things over. Okay, let me pause for a second to talk about the animation in this episode. It's super slick and fluid and just really super cinematic. They really went full out for this special. The episode wraps up, and it's safe to say they all learn a little something about family. Aww. Seriously though, this entire special was just great. You can tell they put 110% into it. And the fact that Thanksgiving specials are so far and few between makes it extra special. Oh, and Andy is voiced by Carl from Aqua Teen, so yeah, the entire episode is a win.
You're telling me Universe isn't a real last name?
It is a real name. I had it changed.
Bob's Burgers. Bob's Burgers is a show that's not one to shy away from topics of food. I mean, the show is literally about running a burger restaurant. So it's not that surprising that the show has had a Thanksgiving special. Actually, multiple specials. But for the sake of time today, we're just going to talk about the first one. This episode is probably the most unique Thanksgiving special on the list. While most shows use the topic of Thanksgiving to talk about family and togetherness, Bob's Burgers takes it in a different direction entirely. A whole weird direction. So Bob's landlord comes in and asks them to come over for Thanksgiving. A nice gesture, but things get pretty weird when we learn the reasoning behind it. See, he's going after a woman who is only into being a mistress? She only goes after married people with family? So Bob pretends to be the chef while his wife and kids pretend to be the landlord's family for his creepy sex thing? I don't know, it's weird. It's Thanksgiving. Oh, and the entire house is like the Winchester house for some reason. I can't figure it out. I appreciate the reference, but it just feels kind of random. The entire time, all Bob wants to do is have a class of Thanksgiving and give his special Thanksgiving dinner toast. But with his entire family acting like there's somebody else's family, it's a little hard. He ends up going a tiny bit crazy and making friends with the turkey, talking for him. There's a funny big dinner scene, and all is revealed when Bob almost gets shot, but the turkey ends up taking the bullet instead, which honestly, is the biggest tragedy of the episode. When the jig is up, the family finally acknowledges how weird this all was and opts to go home. It was really funny and original, and I didn't expect any of this in a Thanksgiving special, proving that Bob's Burgers really knows their way around a holiday special.
Shelby, may I present my wife, Linda?
Pleasure to meet you, Linda. Oh, I like that name, Linda.
And I'm Linda!
Regular Show. Regular Show had a long run, and in that run it had a lot of memorable episodes. Who knew a show about a bluebird and raccoon goofing off on a park would last so long? And in that run of episodes, it had one of my favorite Thanksgiving specials of all time. I mean, this special had multiple plot lines, helicopters, a parody of both T-Pain and Donald Trump as the villain, before he was president, it was pretty incredible. The plot is about what you'd expect from a regular show episode. Thanksgiving is all ready, all the guests are about to arrive, and Mordecai and Rigby destroy it all. Now they have to do whatever it takes to fix Thanksgiving before their family gets there. They hear about a song competition to make the next great Thanksgiving song, and they make songs all the time, so they go to enter it thinking they're gonna win. The winner gets a huge turducken. Only one is made every million years. Mordecai and Rigby try desperately to get there on time, but right before they do, Richard Buckner, who has a striking resemblance to a certain someone, hired all of the major musicians to make the best Thanksgiving song ever. When all looks like it's lost, they end up making an emotionally real song about Thanksgiving that wins over the fans. They take down Richard, who only wanted the turducken so he could get the golden wishbone, which would grant his wish to own the rights to Thanksgiving. But capitalism is a flawed system, so they beat him, they take him down. They all sit down together at the table and have a nice dinner with their families. It's really heartwarming, especially for a regular show. The cool part about this episode is that there's actually 3 plots going on. The other 2 concerning Muscle Man and High Five Ghost, and Benson Skips and Pops. The former has them beating football players in a touchdown dance-off, and the latter shows Benson and their gang trying to get the last turkey back from literal pilgrims and Indians. Because it's a regular show, they'll go anywhere. What's great is that they all converge at the end and come together. It's a pretty high concept adventure, especially for just a holiday special. I mean, they could have just had them with a magical turkey sitting at the table. I don't know, they could have done something simple, but instead they went all out and made it complicated, but good. Regular shows sure did give us something to be thankful for that year. Cue the laugh track, Josh! Cue the laugh track. Cue it, Josh.
I'm so thankful that my whole family looks exactly like me!
The Simpsons. The Simpsons has had quite a few years under their belt. This means a lot of holiday specials, so when it came to picking one for Thanksgiving, we had a hard time. We ended up going with the special Bart vs. Thanksgiving, not because it was the earliest made, but because it had the highest rating in IMDb. We're not idiots. Bart vs. Thanksgiving is a really great special though. I mean, it hits all the marks. Food, a family lesson, and the classic Simpsons comedy. So here's the skinny. Lisa makes the centerpiece for Thanksgiving and Bart destroys it. This destroys Lisa, who worked really hard on it, so Bart is sent to his room. Angry at the system and being an edgy kid, he decides to run away. That's when he ends up in the seedy part of town and is befriended by some homeless people. They end up showing Bart their life, which makes him realize that he really has it good. He goes home with a new outlook on his situation and appreciates his life just a little bit more. He even makes up with Lisa. What a good kid. Like I said, it was a pretty great special just because it hit all the marks while staying funny. It was sentimental without being corny. And I feel like that's what The Simpsons is good at, or at least was. I mean, we're talking about a show where its first episode was literally a Christmas special. They know what they're doing.
It's your fault I'm bald!
I'm sorry.
It's your fault I'm old!
I'm sorry. It's your fault I can't talk. I'm sorry.
It's your fault America has lost its way.
I'm sorry.
A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Charlie Brown, dear Lord. Charlie Brown is a slice of American culture, and all the specials are classics, remembered by most everyone and watched for years to follow. The best of these specials are the holiday-themed ones, like the Christmas special, Halloween special, and Thanksgiving special. Which one are we talking about today? Vote on your phones now. So old Charlie One Hair Brown is in a little predicament. Peppermint Patty invites her and a bunch of others over for Thanksgiving dinner, but Charlie Brown is going to be at his grandma's, oh no. So he opts to have 2 dinners, one he throws himself. Who cares that he can't cook or do pretty much anything on his own? He just grabs some lawn chairs, toasts some toast, and wings it. Sadly, Peppermint Patty ends up calling him out for serving anything but turkey on Turkey Day. This causes Charlie to get sad and saunter off. They never see Charlie Brown again. Just kidding. They realize they were being too harsh on the boy, a lesson that never seems to be learned from. They go and make up, and that's when Charlie realizes his friends can come to his grandma's house with him. Woo! Happy ending. She can make real food because she's an adult. So they all just jump in the back of a van, blindly trusting the kid that they constantly bully that they're going to grandma's house. That could be an innuendo for all they know. He could take them all out in a car accident. In fact, we don't really ever see them get to grandma's house, or who's driving the car at all. Wait a minute. So there you have it, folks. 5 great Thanksgiving specials in no particular order. Maybe watch some of them this year to get hyped for the big day. Just don't get in any vans with kids who hate you. So what do you guys think? Did you like this list? Do you agree with this? Let us know in the comments below, especially if you have any Thanksgiving specials we didn't include. We weren't purposely trying to not include stuff to spite you, don't worry. We just wanted to do 5 so we can get this list out before Thanksgiving. So is next year. If you want more Roundtable, tweet to me at @RetroNemo or the channel at Roundtable Vids, along with our Facebook and Instagram under the same name. Check out our Snapchat, Roundtable YT, for little goofs we capture throughout the day. If you're feeling extra generous, consider supporting us on Patreon. If you want to get even more social, check out our Discord and Amino app. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the Roundtable for more great cartoon content. Make sure to stop by the Roundtable store to pick up some fashionable clothing like the new RetroNemo shirt, #NameDrop. I'm RetroNemo, this is your daily dose of cartoon content, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm thankful for fucking cars, man. How could we drive without them?